Hey dudes, it's me here again. After a long time, it's been very busy summer for me, and I really haven't been able to do any sort of YouTube content really. But now I'm doing such stuff, and these are actually requests from my old follower, subscriber more likely, and Nathan, who asked this particular Turmion Kätilöt song. It's called Sikiö, and then I will do the other one he asked, and maybe something else between. Anyway, so again, Finnish lyrics, and I'm trying to explain it in English. This song called Sikiö, which itself means fetus, it's pretty hard to see what the lyricist is trying to say here, but I think I think he's trying to create a story about a mother who has given birth to her child. Let's pretend it is he, because it makes my talking easier here, but it might not be he, it might be she as well. But anyway, she gets a boy, and I think there is some sort of metaphoric story where the mother who tries to I don't know, tries to protect too much her child, it becomes some sort of monster, some sort of demon or something. But it already, in this story, it already happens in her uterus before the birth itself. So some sort of overprotective mother kind of story here, I guess, but that is just my guess. I don't really know. Lyrics aren't that explicit here. Anyway, let's start. The first line, Kuutamo pihalla, means moonshine in the yard. When you say that, use the phrase Kuutamo pihalla, well, quite literally it means that the moon is in your yard, and you know it shines there, but you know it actually means that you are just looking at the moon shine, or the moon shining when you are yourself in the moon is in the sky. Anyway, then the next Vereslihalla, birching, raw wounded. Raw wounded is the only translation that I found for that word, and I'm not exactly sure, I'm not exactly confident if that is a good translation. Basically it just means that the wound is fresh. There is something some sort of wound in you or in your flesh or wherever. It's still, blood is still coming out and so on. So it's freshly wounded, more likely. But anyway, there's a virgin with a fresh wound. Then there is a whore at the crossroad. The word huora actually it means two things. It means a hooker, you know, a prostitute, you know, who does that for professional reasons, for money. And then there is that more vulgar meaning, when you know, which is used for basically any woman you want to you want to say bad things about, you know, a sort of cursing word and so on. If you're damning someone, you can call it huora. Please don't. I am not recommending it. I am not embracing you to call it, but you know, that is if someone calls you that word, you just know what he or she is saying, and it's usually only used about the women. But you know, nothing prevents you from calling a man a whore or huora in this case. Okay, then irti napanuora, out umbilical cord. Sorry for my pronunciation here. These Latin-based words are pretty hard. Anyway, you know what umbilical cord is. It is that word napanuora in Finnish. Irti is, you know, taking it off more likely than out. But anyway, taking it off. And then again, musha in the yard, virgin having fresh wounds, and then germ in the belly. I found some other words for itia as well. As you know, in biology, itia means also those sort of seeds that some plants and mushrooms do have. You know, the thing that they spread with that helps them to spread all over the place. So sort of seed. But I think germ is more, you know, general term, because we are here talking about a human being, some sort. So I don't think that seed would be very good translation. Anyway, and the belly could also be uterus, but that's not the point here. And then Sikiö means fetus, and sarvipäinen, well, something that head has horns. You know, it could be horn-headed fetus also, but I just abbreviated the word here to be horned fetus. Okay, and that kind of refers to demons and, you know, Satan and stuff. Alright, now let's move ahead. Okay, here sinut siitetään, kynnetään, you'll be bred and cultivated. Kynnetään, or its basic form kyntää, also means some sort of, you know, sorry, it's text message. Anyway, it also means some sort of having, you know, doing low with your life, or low performance compared to what you could do for whatever reason. It also kind of means that as well, but here it clearly means cultivating. And then the cut or harvest, you then clock 007, and you know 007 really means 007, and so it kind of sounds a James Bond reference here, but I really don't know what on earth could James Bond have to do with these lyrics. Why would they refer to James Bond here? I don't see any overlapping here, but that's what it says. Okay, so clock 007 is coming, is closing up, something like that. And then blood in human decreases, blood in human escapes, you know, something like that. Okay, then pretty straightforward. Once blade is dancing on your artery, vacuum mutes the moaning. If you really want out from here, feel free to try today already. You know, in this particular sentence, I think this is pretty important to explain. In this sentence, if it was only jos sinä tahdot täältä pois, then it would be if you want out from here. But this word here, kerran, that alone means once. But in this case, it kind of means that, you know, if you really want, it kind of means the really word in here. It's like once you want out from here, could also be the translation here. But anyway, if you really want out from here. And then also here, ole hyvä ja kuole tänään. That would mean feel free to die today, or please die today. But since there is this word, it means kind of, you know, feel free to die today. Already today. No, I wish you die pretty soon. Okay, the next one. Papit poikia raiskata saa hieman lähemmäksi Jumalaa. Preachers shall rape boys a bit closer to God. You know, to being closer to God. That's what it means. Funny enough, it was just yesterday when I was translating these things, and then later on, a couple of hours later, I read about a news where they explained these things, you know, how preachers had been raping boys, exactly. Quite a coincidence. Anyway, and I am, you know, preachers could rape boys, preachers may rape boys, preachers are able or are allowed to rape boys, but I'm using shall because to me it sounds fairly old one, and probably be more biblical, I guess, but that's just what I think. And in the same manner, I'm also used here the word grand to mean suuri. Suuri also means big or huge or enormous, great, but you know, here I think grand is the best one for stylistical reasons. In a grad broth, in a human flesh, there is a germ in the belly, a horned fetus. Okay, or fetus with horns. That's what it says. Anyway, then the shooting stars draws a pentagram to the sky. Otherwise, fairly straightforward. But you know, shooting stars, tähdenlento also could mean some sort of celebrity whose, you know, fame was very short time, but very bright. You know the thing. Okay, then torches will be lightened. It is time to move mountains in the depths of the bomb. These are pretty straightforward as well, and I think that this is time to move mountains somehow refers to Bible. I'm not sure if there was some sort of story about torches. Might be. That's the point. Then the soul is lost. Fetus is sharpening its horns. Prostitute, damned, and cursed, tax-free, cunt, and demon. Now these two, or four, four things anyway, are a bit more complicated. Prostitute is prostitute. That's pretty, you know, straightforward. But kiroilla here means cursing or swearing, using strong words, damning, whatever, you know, things that refers to in certain manner they refer to against the Bible, you know, all those satanic things, pagan things, and so on. But also it means, you know, like if you hurt your whatever you happen to hurt, like your knee or something, and you just shout something really strong out of your mind, you know, using strong words. Basically, it means both of these things. But I used here damned because it clearly clearly refers to more biblical things, religious things, the whole lyrics here. So for statistical reasons, damned. And noituminen in practice, and especially these days, it means the same thing. It is kind of like cursing or damning or whatever, or using strong words. But its history comes from the witches. Noita is a witch, and you know, witchhood. It refers to that, and that's why I've used cursing word here. Then tax-free cunt. Now, the word vittu, which is probably the most commonly used strong word these days, in Finnish language, all the way from the boys of age 7 to child-minded of the age 97 or something. Anyway, they use this word. It is very widely used. Its origins comes from the goddess of fertility or something called Vitus or something like that, and and which basically goes back to the word vital or its predecessors, as in Latin language. Anyway, it goes back there. But these days, like 100 years ago, before it was actually a swearing word, because it's under a religious one. Before it became a swearing word, it basically meant cunt, vagina, sort of thing. But later on, it's been used as a strong word, as a swearing word, and so on. And I guess that in normal context, Vittu could be translated as fuck. That's basically what it usually means. But here, since there is something about prostitutes and things being tax-free, I guess it more refers to its vaginal meaning, if you want to say that. So it's cunt in here, and also Satan or demon. I don't know. Anyway, then the last lines here: heart fears that, and you yourself fear that the common journey of you and the hornhead comes to an end. That's pretty straightforward translation, and it applies very well. So I think that is that one. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this and join me next time. I'm not sure when exactly it would be. It might be fairly soon, but it might take quite some time. Who knows? But there is the other Turmion Kätilöt song about to come, and then one else idea that I am having, which I won't tell yet. It is going to be mashup anyway. Now, thank you, and see you next time.